Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Jikoni with Konnect. On this episode, I'll be teaching you how to make creamy spinach. The ingredients required to make creamy spinach include oil, Royco cube, salt, corn flour, spinach, 2 diced onions and whole milk. Let's get cooking! All the ingredients are available on Konnect Food Plus. Please check on the link down below. Let's get cooking. Add in your 2 diced onions and start stirring it. Once you've stirred it, let it simmer for a while. Then you can let it cook and stir. When the onions are golden brown, you can now add in your spinach. Once you've added in your spinach, you need to stir consistently so that to ensure it doesn't burn and also that the ingredients are mixed in together very well. After a minute, uncover the lid, continue stirring. In that way you can be able to check if the spinach is soft enough to add in the other ingredients. Now that the onions and the spinach are well mixed, you can add in your 1 cube. Ground it with your hands for easier mixing. Stir consistently to ensure that the Royco cube is also mixed in well. I know most of you are wondering, why use corn flour? Well, the reason why we use corn flour is because it helps with the thickening of the whole milk to make it more creamy and less liquidy. This is how the corn flour looks inside. You only need a tablespoon of the corn flour and that will be enough to make your milk creamy. If you feel like your pan is too dry, you can add in some oil just to ensure that the mixture does not stick to the pan and burn. Now we do not really want to eat burnt food, do we? Usually I would use a spoon to measure, but in my tradition in Kenya, we use our hands and let the ancestors guide us. Remember, we added in corn flour to make it thick. Now you cannot have anything to make it thick. You need your milk to make it thick. The milk is whole milk. That means it's more creamy once added corn flour. Add in as much milk as you want. I know there are some lovers of milk out there, so I know I'm making you very happy. Once you've added in enough milk, stir it consistently. As you can tell, the milk is becoming more creamy and thick. Continue stirring until it forms a paste. This is now the right time to add in your salt. After adding in your salt and stirring well, you can now cover it. The reason why we are covering is because we want to let it cook, let everything soak in the spinach so that it can be creamy, tasty. We can taste all the spices, we can taste the Royco, we can taste the salt, the whole milk and the cornstarch. That is why we cover it, to let it simmer, and we let it simmer for about 1 minute or less. After 1 minute, you uncover it, stir it again, and now it's ready to be served and eaten. Ugali is a staple food in Kenya and it is used to accompany many dishes. It is made out of maize flour and also contains starch. This starch is able to give you energy that will last you a longer period of time, and that is why Kenyans do love ugali. The next step is making your ugali, and we are going to use the 210 maize flour. This is going to be enough for only 2 people and it is also pocket friendly. Let's get cooking. Now my mother taught me to be using a wooden mwiko or spoon because you have a better grip of your ugali and that will make it to cook well. So it will form lumps, but don't be worried about it. Don't call the, what do we call, the police, 911, please come save me. No, just let it form and then you can now start stirring. Stir it vigorously, and I mean vigorously. Use in all your energy. The reason why we are stirring is to make sure we don't get some lumps of the maize flour, rather we get paste. Press it against the walls of your pan to ensure that all the maize flour is blended in very well. You can stir it for about 2 to 3 minutes. Now the more you press it, you will notice that it gets a little bit softer. Depending on the texture that you want, you can add in more unga or leave it like that. Personally, I prefer ugali that is very soft because this life is already tough enough for me to eat tough ugali. Once you've stirred it and you love the consistency, you can cover it and let it simmer for about 1 minute or less. Stir it again one last time, and then now you can start giving it shape because we must look at presentation. Once your ugali is ready, you can uncover it and put it on a plate and it is ready to be served. Now before I close off the show, I want to invite my friend Ivy to help me critique the taste and maybe tell you guys how it tastes, because najua mgema akijisifu tembo ulitia maji, but for me I'm always a good cook. So as you can see, I've laid out the taste test and I want my friend Ivy to tell us how it tastes, get deep into the ingredients, yeah? Sure, yeah, sure, everything, sure. Yeah. So you can tell our viewers.
Okay, fine. So we start, pinch the ugali.
Yes, a good bite.
A good bite. well. So where should I start? Man, the food is awesome. But I will start with the ugali. The ugali is starchy. You know, the mixture of the unga and the water. I think that's been done properly, and it's really sweet. But where she has outdone herself, the spinach. I have never tasted something like this. Firstly, I can taste the onions. Secondly, the spinach is creamy. The salt, the royco, and the ingredients have been put so well together to come up with this delicious, scrumptious, and sweet and amazing food, which is a reflection of who my friend is at the end of the day. She's sweet, she's everything, and that's the reflection of what she has prepared for me today. So honestly, she has outdone herself, and this is one of the best spinach and ugali that I've tasted, I think, my entire life. Yeah,
so from this point, I don't think I can add any more, because she said my food is creamy, it's starchy, it's soft, there are no lumps of flour anywhere. Yeah, so for now we are going to end the show, but watch out for the next episode so that we can all start cooking.